Hello. Today I would like to go over some examples how to find the area to the left of the z-score, and then we will be able to find z-score if the area to the left of the z-score is given. First of all, for the problems 1 through 4, we will assume normal distribution, which means that mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. For the first example, we would like to find the area to the left of the z-score 2.1. So when you look at the picture, we would like to find this area. It's normally distributed and z-score is given 2.1 and we want to find the area to the left of the 2.1. If we want to do it looking at the z-score table, all you need to do is look at the 2.1, find 2.1, over here 2.1, 0. So where the 2.1 and 0 is intersecting is here, 0.9821. So we will be able to find this value using the built-in function in Excel, which is called equal norm as dist. So if you write down norm as dist, and over here is the z-score, select this B7 and hit enter, you will be able to get 0.9821, which we already found on our z-score table. For the next question, find the area to the right of the z-score negative 0.5. So we want to find the area to the right of the z-score negative 0.5. But we know that equal, if we want to do norm as dist, is giving us the area to the left of the z-score negative 0.5. So how are we going to find the area to the right of the negative 0.5? We know that the whole area is equal to 1. So if we subtract 1 minus this area, we will be able to find the area to the right of the z-score negative 0.5. How am I going to do that? Looking at the z-score table, we can find negative 0.5, which is 0.3085. If I do it by hand, I can do it by writing 1 minus 0.3085, and I get the value 0.6915. This is the area to the right of the negative 0.5. What am I gonna do in order to find the z-score to the area to find the area to the right of the z-score negative 0.5? All I need to do is I will write down equal 1 minus norm as dist, as if I'm finding the left of the z-score, subtracting from 1, I will get 0.6915, which is what I got already. So for our third example, we would like to find the area between the z-scores negative 0.5 and 2.1. How am I going to be able to find the area between these two z-scores over here on the picture? All I need to do is, if I find the area to the left of the 2.1, when you look at here, I can find the area to the left of the z-score, which I already know. If we want to do it by hand, 0.9821. If I subtract the area to the left of the z-score negative 0.5, which we already looked at, which was 0.3085, I can find the area between these two z-scores. Or if you choose to do it by Excel, so you can use equal norm as dist, area to the left of 2.1 minus norm as dist, area to the left of negative 0.5, you will be able to get the same value, 0.6736. So, which means 67.36% of the values are between negative 0.5 and 2.1. Now we would like to find the z-score if the area to the right of the z-score is given. So for the first question, we have given that area to the left of the z-score is 0.60%. So we know that z-score is gonna be positive because it is normal distribution is symmetric. To the left is 50%, to the left of 0 is 50%, to the right of the 0 is 50%. So let's look at what is the corresponding z-score value for the 60%. If we want to use the z-score table, all we need to look at is in the body of the z-score table, 0.6. Where is the 0.6 located? As you see, we don't have 0.6, but we can find the value close to 0.6. It is somewhere around this area. As you can see, 0.5987 is close to 0.6. So what is the corresponding value for this value, z-score value to 0.5987, which is 0.2 intersect with 0.05 is giving us close to 0.6, which is 0.25. So looking at the z-score table, we were able to see that it is 0.25. Z-score is 0.25. But if we don't have the z-score table with us, and if we have only the Excel, how are we gonna find the z-score for the if the area is given as 60%? All we need to do is we are doing the inverse operation, which means now we have the area is given and we want to find the z-score. So we can use equal norm S I N V, norm S in, and probability meaning is area, 0.6. When you hit enter, you get what we already found, 0.25. So this is the z-score, how we find the z-score, norm S INV, norm S in. So this is for when we have the normal distribution with the mean is 0 and standard deviation is 1. What if we have given that the mean is not 0 and standard deviation is not 1, and we have the data values given? How we were finding the z-score if the mean and the standard deviation is given? If we want to do it by hand, the formula which we used in class is x minus x bar divided by s, which means x is the given data value minus x bar is the mean divided by the standard deviation. So let's do this by hand. X is the student's score. Let's do the parentheses. As x is the student score minus x bar is the mean divided by the standard deviation 4. So we got 1.75. How are we gonna do this using the Excel function? So there is Excel function called standardize. We will do that. So we have the mean is 75, student score is 82, and we want to find the z-score. So let's look at it, how we are going to find it. The function is called equal standardize. So when you open up the parentheses, you see that x meaning is put the student score, comma, it's highlighting, highlight the mean. Next one is comma, highlight the standard deviation. When you hit standard deviation and close the parentheses and hit enter, you will get 1.75, which we already found using the formula. Everything is good until now. What about if we want to find the statistics final exam score for student A? For this case, we have mean is given, standard deviation is given, z-score is given, but the student's final exam score is not given. In order to find the student's final exam score, first thing we need to do is we need to find the area to the left of the 1.75, which can be found using equal norm as dist of this z-score. After we find this value, what we need to do is we will use the function, built-in function, which we can use with Excel, is if we have the standard deviation and normal standard deviation and mean is different, equal norm INV, not norm S, norm INV, which is used when you have different mean. First of all, probability. Let's highlight 0.96, which we calculated, comma, different mean, not different than 0, and standard deviation 4. When you do this, you will be able to find the student score. So again, we are going to use equal norm INV, probability, comma, mean, comma, standard deviation. When you hit enter, you see we use these values in order to find the student's score. So again, if you want to go over norm INV, probability, which means the area to the left of the z-score 1.75, comma, mean, comma, the standard deviation for the final exam. When you hit enter, you get 82 for the score for the student A. So we worked backward in order to find the data value.